everyone. Hello and welcome to LovenStamps Studio. I'm Meg Loven and you're watching Maker Mornings with Meg. So I'm happy to be back. I had a absence last week, a respite to meet with some stamping friends actually and attend a Stampin' Up! Backstage conference, which is leadership event. And it was an amazing time and a great chance to get some new ideas and to network with some other friends. And so I will have some fun things to share with you from that. So watch for more information about those things in the upcoming. But you're probably ready for a project because it is that time and I missed you last week. So I wanted to show you what we are using today. We're using the Winterly Treetops stamp set, which is the feature that I'm using for the month of, what month is this? Sheesh. The month of November. So I'm going to share projects with Winterly Treetops and the Nests of Winter Suite collection. And one of the things that I love to do, of course, is make Z-fold cards. So I have a really great Z-fold for you today that features the Designer Series paper from Nests of Winter, as well as the Winterly Treetops. Now, oh, thanks, Joan. Good morning. Yeah, say hi if you're here so I can say hi back and so forth. One of the things about Winterly Treetops, hey Jean, hey Tanya. One of the things about Winterly Treetops is that sometimes the coloring is really intimidating. So there are a couple ways around this. I shared a project a couple weeks ago that showed you one neat way to skip the coloring. Another neat way to skip the coloring is what we're going to do today. So of course you can color if that is your desire. Feel free to do that too. So let's go ahead and swap our camera down and we are going to get going here on the card. So this card here I have in my plastic to remind me to tell you that it is one of the 2 card kits to go, the card kits that you get in the mail when your order from my online store is at least $50 in a month. So, hey Nikki. I'm excited to show you this one. And then if you are getting a card kit, everything will come pre-embossed, die cut, and ready to go for you to stamp your own card. If your order is less than $50 a month, then you still get the PDF tutorials, which will include all of the cutting directions and the details for this. So I usually try and give you the overview in our video, but the details are going to be in that PDF thank you that I send to customers every month. So. All right, so let's go ahead and start here. For our card base, this is a Z-fold card, and I shared one similar to this last month, but, 2 months ago. It's been a couple months, actually. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Sue. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. I missed y'all. So we're going to start with just a quarter sheet of cardstock, 4.5 by 5.5, and you're going to cut 2 of those. This one, you are going to score at 1.25 and 3.25. And then we are going to go ahead and attach this. This is going to be the base of our Z-fold. Now, you want to use strong adhesive for this, so multi-purpose liquid glue, tear tape, or Seal Plus. I'm going to actually show you this with tear tape because I think it makes it the easiest to go ahead and see here on our video tutorial. And so I've turned this to the back side, and I'm just going to pop 2 strips of this adhesive on the small panel. So this is a 1.25 inch panel out here, okay? I'm gonna peel these off and now we are going to stick this down. Now you'll notice maybe that I didn't go quite all the way to the score line. You'll hear more about that later. So I'm gonna line these 2 up. I like to just stack them on the table so that I know that they're exactly aligned and press this down here. And now I have this. Anna says she didn't get that one. You'll have to message me, Anna. We'll figure it out, okay? Oh, you mean you didn't get the stamp set? That's okay. There's still time. It's available. And actually, all of the things that I'm showing you today are in stock. So speaking of which, you might want to wait till tomorrow to place your order because Stampin' Up! Is running their annual, sort of Black Friday sale starting tomorrow, November 13th, and running through the 15th. And when that goes live, so tonight at midnight Mountain Time, you can use the link in this video description to grab all the supplies for this project that you would need to make this card the way I'm showing it. So, all right, so we've got this set here, and I'm just going to fold back. So this is going to be the base of our Z-fold. And now I'm gonna actually fold back again for our center panel. Okay, you see how this is gonna come together like this? So actually, of these pieces, the pieces are folded back against themselves entirely, okay? Now, the last piece you're gonna need for this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this is going to align here on the front, and I'm gonna use tear tape, but you could use any strong adhesive to make sure that this stays. When I say that I like to use the strong adhesive, it's because I don't want any of the elements of our card panels to come off when people, so picture the person who's receiving the card you've made, they open their card and at first it's just a card, right? So they don't really know what's going on. And then they're like, wait, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so cool. And they're sitting here playing with it over and over again. Oh, what a cool cards you made. I love this. Or whoever you are, insert your name here. They're going to want to play with this. And so you want to make sure that those layers stay together really well, that nothing falls apart in the playing with the cards. So, all right. So then I have a panel here to go on the front. I have a whole series of 3x4 DSP cards. I really love the 3x4 DSP size, and this is technically a 3x4 DSP card. So a little different from the layouts I usually use, but a really great one for this efficient size. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, if you're talking about a 12x12 designer series paper, when you cut your 12x12 paper, here we'll draw a little sketch. Here's our 12x12 paper. You can cut 3 inches, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of these will be 3 inches wide, and then you can cut twice this direction, and you get 12 3x4 inch pieces from a single sheet of designer series paper, okay? So it's a really efficient way to cut. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop some adhesive on here, and you don't have to use super strong adhesive for this one, but I do really like to use it anyway because it is handy. I really like the multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay, so now we have the base for our card. Let's talk a little bit about decorating it. So when I do this, I really like to decorate these outside panels to make the front of the card as finished as possible. And so in this case, I have a couple strips of crumb cake cardstock, which are going to sort of bring out these lighter brown tones here. And these are going to fit here on the edges of our card. Now, these papers here have a really, really awesome texture, and that texture comes from the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Now, this has been out of stock for a while. It's back in stock right now, so don't wait too long if you want to grab this one. But I love the 3D-ness of it, so it embosses the paper both up and down. So instead of starting with a paper and just adding texture on top, it starts with paper and it pushes some of it up and some of it down. So you get a really nice, deep embossed image. And when I'm doing this for a series of cards, I would just emboss the whole sheet of paper at once, and then I would take my trimmer and trim down the little strips that we need. So Birchwood embossing folder. So let's go ahead and do this. Again, I like to use an adhesive for this that is a little bit grabbier, so multi-purpose liquid glue is great. And the reason for that is if you think about the paper that I'm attaching is not flat anymore. It's got a bump in it, right? It's embossed. And so there are fewer parts of that paper that are going to contact our other cardstock layer. And so I like to use a stronger adhesive to make sure that I'm getting a really good bond between those papers, okay? So now we have our fun here, card here. All right, so now we have the space on the inside and we have the space on the front side. So on the inside of our card, I've got a piece of cardstock here that is 3x4 inches again. And the reason that I left that little, that adhesive away from the edge is that when you put this in here, you might find here, I'll exaggerate it, you might find that you get a little snippet of that white showing, and that's not quite the finished front that we like. So we're gonna leave this here so that we can tuck this into that crack just a tiny bit and make sure that it's hidden when the card is closed, okay? So let's do some stamping. Winterly Treetops has these awesome birds, which you can color, but you don't have to color. So we're gonna do some work with this large bird image here. And then we're also going to use the greeting. So we have this one here. A friend like you brings me happiness. And remember, when you're mounting your stamps, just set them on the table and then pick them up with your block. That way you know you got things straight and easy to use. And then I'm going to grab the Thinking of You stamp. And finally, our little branch of Pussy Willows here. Pussy Willows, I grew up in Cleveland and the Chicago suburbs, and Pussy Willows were always in our yard. I love them. So the texture, just seeing these makes me like think about those fuzzy little white seed pods or sprigs or flowers or whatever they actually are, and how fun they are to touch. So I love cards with texture or implied texture, either way. So we're going to do the inside of our card first, and I've got Pebbled Path here. Anybody else a huge fan of the Pussy Willows? I'm going to go ahead and stamp our decoration down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to stamp our Thinking of You up here at the top of our card. So one of the great things about a center panel Z-fold, or any Z-fold really, a Z-fold is a card where when you open it, you still see the front of the card even when the card is opened. And so having a double greeting, something where you have a greeting on the front and then a finish to the thoughts or the message on the inside, that's a great greeting set for a Z-fold card, because you have sort of that natural continuation of both the front and the inside at the same time. Okay, so I have Thinking of You Always, and we have that center that's going to be in our card here. And now we're going to work on the front. So let's come back here to our Winterly Treetops birds. And these birds are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to stamp them on another piece of basic white cardstock. And then we're going to pull our dies. And these coordinating dies are really special. They have several things here that you can see what I've been doing with them. Several things here that are really useful. So 2 of them here cut out stamps from the set, these guys here and these guys here. And they are really outstanding because they cut both the stamped image, but they also cut the image from the designer series paper. So you can have elements that are ready to use right out of your paper. So here is, I have one right here. This is a bird that was cut from the designer series paper. So also no coloring required for this. All you have to do is die cut it. So you could use the stamp, you could use the pre-die cut paper or pre-colored paper. The other thing I love about the pre-colored papers is that then it's really easy to see one coloring suggestion. Not that you have to do it this way, but it gives you that idea of like where the shadows would run and how the coloring would go, and makes it really easy to be inspired for your own coloring. All right, the other things this die set has in it are a Pussy Willow shaped die here, an outline die here that's going to fit with the stamped one that we're using. We're not going to use the die today. But then there are these greenery sprigs and this greenery bow die here that cut out this shape. So this frame is a really fun one, and I will be showing you some fun ideas with it. And then the extra elements to go on top are perfect. So this is a really handy winter time die to have for all kinds of things, because it has this really great shape window. So, hi Laura. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna bring you back to my studio, which since I've been gone a little bit, I have no idea. Oh look, good thing my die cut machine is still here. I was gonna say, I have no idea what the shape of things here is. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this through our die cut machine, and then through the magic of, well, I guess it wasn't, I mean, it's magic of television, you're seeing it anyway. Usually I say magic of television when I have things pre-done. But we have our card piece cut here, and I'm just gonna pop out that extra little bit. And we have our super gorgeous birds. So really pretty. And honestly, I think they're really pretty even without any coloring at all. So what do you guys think? Do you think they need to be colored? Do you think they're in good shape as they are? So we're gonna layer these here. And actually one of the things that I love about not coloring them is that because this designer series paper in the background is so busy, having these be just the white means that they really stand out as an image on top of our busy paper. So I'm kind of a fan of that. So let's go ahead and pop these on here. I need some Stampin' Dimensionals, and they're not going anywhere, so I don't think they need a ton of dimensionals. 2 will do it. Feel free to use more if you like. And then I'm going to overlap them just a little bit here on our edge out here, okay? So we have our birds that are going to now, because that overlap crosses this line here, it just draws you into the card a little bit more. And then we have this strip here of Real Red cardstock, and this is going to be our nice accent. So with these birds, I really like having a color accent. So usually I say, if you use a color, you want to use it more than once so that things all look connected. Something like this though, it's okay to have a punch of color that's not in everything else. Now this background here has little hints of sort of reddish pink in it, so I'm going to argue that it actually comes through and the red brings out that color in the background. So here's without the red, and then watch what happens when I bring the red in. Do you see how it pulls out those pink tones from the designer series paper in the background? It's pretty cool, I think. Anyway, okay, good. Anna says that I'm okay not to color. Thanks, Anna. So let's go ahead and stamp this. I'm going to use my long greeting here and my pebbled path again. And one of the things that I like about this card is that you can, you're not limited so much to the panel here on the front. So my greeting is wider than my panel, which is just fine. So what I'm going to do now is cut a little banner tail here on the end, and then we're going to have a little bit more interest. So a little fishtail. If you haven't seen this trick before, it works really well to cut to the center, to just where you want the fishtail to end, the banner tail to end. And then I'm just going to use my snips and, new snips. Oh, I do have something else to tell you about. Okay, so if you are thinking, if people are starting to ask you, what you'd like for the holidays or things like that, or you're thinking, I would like to treat myself, I'm offering something new this year. It's a 12 days of crafting advent calendar. So you don't have to do it as an advent calendar. You could just call it a big gift box of all the things. But for each of the 12 days, if you get the 12 days of crafting box from me, you're going to get a wrapped gift with a cute little tag on it. And inside that gift is going to be some supply that you can use for your stamping, for your crafting. And along with every day, there will be a little QR code to a video, or like a link. If you're not a QR code person, there'll be a link included so that you can watch a video on an idea on how to use that gift of the day. So now if you want to open all your gifts at once, you totally can. Otherwise, you can wait and get your QR code a day at a time, and the gifts will be super fun. So there's a link in the video description for the LovenStamps 12 Days of Christmas gift package if you are interested in that. So it's a great thing if you have a stamping friend who you need to get something for. It makes a great gift. If you want to treat yourself, you are certainly welcome to do that. And if you have somebody who maybe is like, oh, what should we get for you, mom, grandma, aunt, uncle, whoever you are, then you could say, hey, you could get me this box. I'd really love this. And then you could think fondly of that person who gifted it to you. Or you could be thought fondly of if you're gifting every day when people open their gifts. So you have to sign up for that by November 21st to get a bonus embellishment package with it. So don't wait too long to do that. So link is in the video description. All right, so we're going to take this here and pop some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to slide this under our little birdie's tail. You can connect elements on a card by layering them and having them overlap each other. So now our birds are very much connected to our greeting here rather than having these be two totally disparate, separate items. They're connected because they overlap. They're just that little bit. And then we have our inside of our center panel Z-fold. Now we're not done, of course, because we need to add some embellishments to this. And our embellishment is going to be in the form of bling. So on the card that I showed you last time with this was a DSP card based using the Nests of Winter. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. I'm glad you like it. This card here that we did, if you haven't seen it, you can go back and look at episode 502 of Maker Mornings with Meg on YouTube or Facebook or wherever. But on this card, we went ahead, like I said, and used that die cut bird from the designer series paper. And for our bling, we used the metallic adhesive backed metallic dots. But all I have left is silver, and I don't think silver brings out the most of this card. So while I loved them for this, I'm going to use the Druzy adhesive backed elements, which come both in this champagne color and in silver in this package. So we're going to use some of the champagne dots, and these guys are plenty big. You can pick them up with your fingernails if you want, or you can use your take your pick tool. Now I do have a trick to show you with the take your pick tool. A really amazing stamper messaged me yesterday and she was like, Meg, I only have the pokey tool. I don't have any spatula tips for my Stampin' my take your pick tool, and like I can't figure out where that is. So here is the secret of the day. Oh yay, thanks Barbara, thanks Tanya, I'm glad you like these. Secret of the day for stamping is the spatula tool is inside here. All you have to do is twist this just a little tiny, like a quarter turn, pop it out, and look, there's the spatula tool. So how many of you guys didn't remember or didn't know that that was in there? So now all you have to do is turn it and pop it in here. Oh, look, I was last using this for some kind of, I can't remember what those are called. Those flat rings kind of thing here. Anyway, you can, of course, then switch this to the spatula chip, which is really great for picking up like rhinestones or things like that. But I like the pokey tip usually. Okay, so that was our secret of the day. Let's go ahead and do our slide and stick here for our Druzy elements. I'm going to use one large and one small of these champagne dots and pop them onto our card here. So there we have some bling added. You can see up here, get too close for focus, up here our bling that just dresses up the front of our card just a little bit and finishes off our whole look here. So here are the first two of the cards that I'm featuring in the LovenStamps monthly tutorials for November. And they are both fun folds, actually. This one has this pop-up element fun fold in the middle, and then our center Z fold fun fold is here too. So a really fun start. This is one of the cards that's included if you are shopping with me this month. Like if you place an order tomorrow starting on November 13th for the sale, the Stampin' Up! Sort of Black Friday stock up sale, then if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get this card kit in the mail plus another one at the end of November. So let's see. I do have something else to share with you. I have some Mailbag. I had these cards sitting here for a while and wanted to share them with you. So some fun cards that I received in the mail. This one is from my friend Cindy, and she made this absolute gorgeous card for me. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Cindy. And it opens this way with a designer series paper. So this is such a cool idea where you get to see both sides of the paper. So yay, Cindy, really, really fun layout. And this is that gorgeous, this is such a gorgeous paper here in the background. I can't remember the name of this one, but it's the iridescent shimmer something or other, and such a gorgeous color here. So lots of pretty papers, and then we're going to open this and have the beautiful stamping with that lavender on the inside. And then the card actually also opens here on the inside with the message there. So a really fun way to have a couple of greetings also on a card, just like we did today, where you have a greeting that you want to continue as you go along. Okay. Then the next card that I wanted to show you is from my friend Kim, and it is featuring another annual catalog bundle. So these ducks are from the annual catalog. This designer series paper is part of this suite, and they are absolutely darling, and you can, of course, use them. Here's a kind of a fun one. I almost always put white on the inside of my card, but this is really pretty without the white, actually. The Granny Apple Green is a great fit. And then these speckle dots here are part of the suite that includes the stamps and the dies and so forth. And this is Stampin' Blends coloring. I think Kim did a super amazing job. Such a gorgeous coloring there. So lots of fun ideas on that one. And then I have another card. This is from Sue, who is one of our regulars on Maker Mornings with Meg, and I love the decoration she did in the front. So this is the plaid folder in the background, and then this is the Nothing's Better in Autumn taste of More Than Autumn. It took me a bit, is the name of this stamp set. And these dies are included, and I love the way she put these all together and has a really great focal point, Sue. I love this card. And of course, bling, right? It has to include bling. And actually, that reminds me to show you, this is the from this suite that Sue used. This was the card, the center Z-fold card that I had shared in the past. So this same layout for the one that we're doing today, just a different example of it using a different stamp set. So this is the More Than Autumn and the Autumn Designer Series paper. So, all right. So I think that covers us for today. So thank you guys for tuning in, and it's nice to see you after being gone for a week. I will be back on Thursday with another episode of Maker Mornings with Meg and another tutorial for you. And I hope that you guys are enjoying fall wherever you're at. Somebody said it was sunny in Colorado. Yay for sun. It was sunny here, but now we seem to have some clouds rolling. So we'll see what happens there. But hope you guys have a great day. Again, don't forget that the Stock Up, Stampin' Up! Black Friday-ish sale starts tomorrow, November 13th. And there's a link here in the video description or the comments if you're watching live for the supplies for today's project. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know. And I will look forward to seeing you guys again on Thursday. So happy stamping, everyone.